Is that looking okay? What do you think?
Yep,
You think we're
so.
good?
I think so.
Okay. Okay, we think we're good, guys. Let's see. Can you see us? Can you hear us? Are we as good as it's going to get here on our out in the country internet live stream? So, can you see us? Can you hear us? Oh, I see people. Jeanette says, I can see and hear you. Thanks, Jeanette. I appreciate it. Okay. I'm going to go through and see who's here because it makes me happy. I know some don't like it. So just come back in like 5 minutes or less. And
In addition to saying hello to everyone, it allows a chance for everyone to get on here, because it's another 4 or 5 minutes before everyone's on here. So we would hate to start talking about things and everybody miss it. What was y'all talking
makes
about?
me happy. So Allison's here, Marianne from Massachusetts, Melissa Estes from Texas, Rhonda's here, Jill from Indiana, Bex is here, and Bev is here. Jackie from Ohio, Janet's here, Miss Mary Ann, sweet Mary Ann is here. Monique is here from Canada, Hope from Utah. Mary is here, and so is Kim. It just jumped on me there, guys.
Yeah,
It
the
just
number of
jumped.
people that got on here jumped.
I'm sorry if I'm missing you. Janet's here. There's Jeanette, Donna, and Ellen is here. Carla from Alabama, Cindy from Florida, Carolyn from Indiana, Allie from Connecticut, Mary from Middle Tennessee, Melody is here. Samantha is here. Karen from Ohio, Linda from Ohio, Shelly from Wisconsin. Jean is here. So is Linda. Did it jump again? I've lost.
It's jumping. It's jumping. A lot of people.
Valerie, Miss Susan from Texas is here. Kelly from Alabama. JB is here. Is in Branson. That's awesome. From Tuttle, Oklahoma, home of Brahms Dairy. Oh, we're jealous.
Yeah.
Becky
Very fresh there.
Becky from Ohio, Jennifer from Kentucky, Miss Debbie Rowe is here. I'm glad you're here, Debbie. Mary, Claire from New Zealand, Eva from East Tennessee, Shelley from Wisconsin, Dolores from Massachusetts, Sherry's here from Northwestern Ontario, Brittany's here, Vicki from Virginia, Miss Sandy Brentlinger's here. Hi, Sandy from Ohio, Debbie from Northeast Missouri, Momo 6 times is here from the Missouri Ozarks. Yay. Shelly from Pennsylvania, Maria from California, Miss May is here along with Diane, Anne from Texas, and Tanya from Alabama. Miss Charla's here. I'm glad you're able to be with us here tonight, Charla. Jeanette and Amara from Utah, Carolyn from Ohio, Rachel from Tennessee, Mary from New York. There's Dolores and Maureen from Alberta. Let's see, Grandma Teresa's here from Ohio, Kathy from North Dakota, Diane from Pennsylvania, Sherry and Sea Life is here from Florida. Let's see, Karen from Oklahoma, Julie from Illinois, Cheapskate is here from Florida. Let's see, Brittany is here as well. All right, guys, Black Widow from Michigan and Dorothy from Kentucky. Ellen Hardgrove is sweet to us. She says, hit that like button. So yes, if you haven't done so yet, right now we have 191 people here live, and I have 66 thumbs ups showing on my end. So that number going up, it's at 68 now. So thank you to you two that just did it. 79. Awesome, guys. It just tells YouTube to put this video out. So it helps with the algorithm thing. And we appreciate it when you do that. So
it's been going on.
Well, okay, do you have your paper and everything? Okay, you're all set. You're all ready. I didn't know if you had all that there too. Oh, and Claire Bell's here. So's Lily Bird. Xanthia made it here. Joanne from Maryland. So awesome. Yeah, Miss Marianne says it's going up now. It's up to 114 thumbs up now, you guys. So really do appreciate that. Let's see. I'm scanning comments here real quick. Aiden's here. Awesome, guys. Okay. So now everybody that doesn't like that part can come back. Come back. Come back and visit with us. So, yeah, Bear. So Vicky says, my condolences to your family on the loss of your beloved Bear. So that was rough. This week has been very rough. So yeah, we figured it up. We what we know of, we know we are at least the third family that Bear lived with.
Yeah, and he was on another homestead. It's just they already had
Another male
they already
dog.
had another male, and so he needed to be the old man somewhere else.
Okay,
And
so
so
my understanding of it, I don't know about previously. I know he was on one homestead, and I do not know those people. I do not know the circumstances, but he was then sent to live at the second homestead that I know of. And that's a place where, I mean, 9 years ago, we used to get our raw milk from. And that homestead already had the male dog and Bear, and the male dog didn't get along. So she said, Bear would be very happy at your place. And she gifted us
yeah, so
with
this was
Bear.
a fantastic retirement home for him,
Yeah.
and he was here a long time,
Yeah. So we
and
were
he
the
just got
third.
to yeah he got to be yeah he got to do what he's bred to do. He got to have animals and he got to have
Yeah.
livestock. He got to have all kids to look after, and so he was happy being an old dog, getting older here, and yeah, it just we're really glad that he got to live
So
here during the
yeah,
last
he was
years of his
here
life.
probably, I think it was around 9 years that he lived with us, and he was already an adult then. So I mean, I
Oh,
don't
he
know.
was, and they even the previous owner even referred to him as an old dog 9 years ago.
Mhm.
So you could tell he was old. You could just tell he was older. And when you take him to the vet would comment of he was he is an old dog.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And I would take him. I know the other people here in the family may feel the same way that I do. I felt like he was my dog. He would hang out, since he didn't get around real great, he would hang out by my clothesline in the rocks there around my clothesline, or on the little patio area where we have the herb garden. And he would just keep me company while I was hanging laundry. And I would talk to him out there while I was hanging laundry. And I would go up to him and I would just, his big old head, I would just take it on both sides. I'd say, "You're so handsome. You are such a handsome guy." And he would look at me like, "I think you're the best thing in the world, mama." And
yeah,
I loved him.
he was even though he was the biggest dog on the
Yeah.
place because of his age, he was the closest to like a what you would traditionally call a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he now he'd get out, and he'd kind of bark and run stuff off a little bit,
He
but
would get spurts of energy
yeah,
when something
yeah, so
exciting was
yeah, he
happening.
could get, but for the most part, the younger dogs would do the
Yeah.
predator control, and he would stick by the house. So yeah, he was pretty much a retirement age dog the whole time we had him. So
Well,
I'm
and
glad that
because he was so old and didn't get around well, I mean, if I don't know how much was shown on video, but when he walked, he would lumber because his
yeah,
joints were stiff and
yeah,
everything. And Shawn had that supplement that he would give him. And Lady, our blue healer, gets it as well. She's very old
yeah,
also. She came here well, she was born in the fall of 2010. So she is old also. But what was I saying? Because Bear would lumber around and not move quickly or anything, I did not expect to lose him the way we did, which in some ways is a blessing. The more I think about it and the more I deal with losing him, in some ways, this is a blessing. We never had to make a decision to have him put down, which I don't know if I could have done. Um, and we never had to watch him just waste away.
get to where he couldn't do anything at all. Yeah,
But I didn't expect to lose him the way we did. So, been rough. The
well,
farm, even Abigail was saying today, Mama, the farm does not feel the same
yeah.
with Bear not here. So,
Marianne asked him to get another Pyrenees. We don't really need another Pyrenees. He was here in retirement. You remember we have working dogs. We have dogs that kind of have, so he didn't really have a, you know, he kind of fulfilled a role up here. Just let him retire, let him be up here. Because it's kind of like having horses and you're using horses, but you got an old horse that you just kind of let keep around it. He's retired and everything. It's kind of like Bear. So it's not, it's not like we need another Pyrenees to,
I
it's
am
not
waiting to
yeah.
see how Ava. So Ava is our female Pyrenees, and they were a pair. Um, Ava has always been she's very calm. She's the low one on the totem pole as far as
Yeah, low energy for
yes, as far as the hierarchy of the animals go. And I just want to see how Ava deals with losing, you know, I don't know, her other half. So we will see. We do have other Pyrenees on the
oh yeah,
property,
yeah,
but they are with livestock. They're
yeah.
not
They're
here.
not at the house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they
not.
have their own area.
Yeah, Bear, Ava are female Pyrenees, and Lady, the blue heeler, are like the people protectors.
Dogs, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So okay. Oh, Miss Mary Ann's asking about donkeys
Yeah,
too.
wouldn't be right now, but if we that would also in conjunction with expanding the land a bit.
That fencing
Yeah,
project.
once we get the fencing project and we start fencing off other pastures, that would be something we might consider.
Look who's on here,
Miss Claudia's
Shawn. Miss
on here.
Claudia's on here. I'm glad you're here. It makes me happy to see you here. So you wrote stuff down.
I got stuff down. I was going over. You want to comment on questions? Talk about questions a little bit before.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about, because of the channel keeps getting bigger and we're so busy, we need to kind of rethink how we're dealing with questions.
Okay, there's multiple reasons for this, and all I'm going to say about one of them is I have a video intended to come out on Thursday that will make what I'm about to say make more sense. I hope. So I'm just going to kind of drop that there, and then Thursday's video will do that. But a series of events have happened that has made me reevaluate how I spend my time and how I am able to maintain, a large family with a homestead and homeschooling. And, you know, YouTube is like I've picked up a part-time job in addition to all of that. So, and, maintaining that and still being able to enjoy this land and my family and working together and have some time to rest. So, series of events have happened, started thinking, what can we do differently? And one of the things that we have come up with is, you might have noticed, maybe this week, some of you noticed, I was not as active in comments as I was previously, comments on videos. And that is part of the thing. I'm thinking I'm going to be putting out videos, and I might sit down at the computer for 15 minutes or something after a video goes live for you guys and heart comments and maybe reply to some or something. But at some point, I have to have a deadline set for myself to where, okay, Janice closes the computer and leaves, and I'm being mom, I'm being teacher, I'm being homesteader, and I'm turning off the YouTuber stuff so I can still do these important things.
We have to be able to function. We can't. Yeah, we can't.
There's a but here too. Oh, Doris, thank you for the super chat. Doris is always very, very good to us. So I appreciate you very much. So what was I going to say? I'm
going to do it. Right?
But the comments, it's important to me. I like the back and forth with you guys. That's an enjoyable part of this with me. So what we're thinking is these Tuesday night live streams.
Yeah.
This is going to be the part where if you have questions and I'm not responding in comments, be here for the live stream and put them in the chat and we'll try to get to them then. Or Shawn goes through
Yeah, what I'm
and
gonna
he
start
jots
doing
things down.
is, since the last live stream, I'll start scanning and start looking for questions, and um, and especially when there's multiple question, multiple people ask
The
basically
same
the same
question.
question. Those are really get
Yeah.
jump out there and try to just handle because you got to remember it's not just the comments or questions we get on the latest video. There's how many videos are there to this point?
We're nearing 500, aren't we, Sam?
Yeah,
It's over 400
yeah, the number of videos that we have,
that we've put out I mean, we started, what was it, March 2023? March of
and
2023 till now, we've put out 400 and something.
460
460,
videos,
Sam says.
plus live streams.
And we're still we
So
get comments
yeah,
on the older ones
yeah,
too.
we're always getting new subscribers, new viewers, and they're going back and looking at old. So it's not just the latest videos. All those other videos get questions and comments. So I mean, from so far on our end, it's tons. I mean, it's unbelievable. So, and I know some people have, and I noticed one in particular in the last few days upset that we haven't responded to. You got to understand, there's just no way we're hitting everybody's.
Yeah, it's nothing
It
personal.
is
I
just
promise you it's nothing personal.
there's
Um,
there. I mean, if all we did was sit, you couldn't keep up with it. There's a
if
lot of
YouTube
questions.
was my full-time job, if I didn't have 7 kids and a homestead and homeschool and all that stuff,
I,
and it was I'm
I
a
don't. I
YouTuber,
don't think you could still.
then maybe I could
You could. There's no way you could still.
set aside 8 hours a
I
day and
don't think
just
you do it.
hang out with my YouTube
But
friends.
yeah, but it's a lot. So what we're gonna need to do is try to I'll go through as I can, hit some of the questions, and then
Yeah.
we'll move on.
Tuesdays will be devoted to, catching up with you
Yeah.
guys live in the chat or him picking. And now I am going to say too, there are some, yes, Miss Susan, yes, she absolutely did get the birthday gift from you. And that was a very, very thoughtful gift. So I have it set aside to do thank you notes. I stash everything back in my bedroom until we can send thank you notes to people. And then we put it into actual use for the family. So thank you, Susan. It was very sweet of you. I know you have stuff going on with your husband, health things too. So the fact that you would take time out to gift that to Sarah does mean a lot to me.
Real quick, Jessica, any word of advice for a redbud tree I just planted? Anytime you're planting a tree, the bigger hole, the better, and fill that with really, really good enriched compost type dirt to give it a good chance from the get go.
We have red buds
Yeah.
lining our driveway, and it's so pretty in the springtime with those purple flowers. So, yeah, Miss Claudia says YouTube is a big job. You do you and do what you can. We love you. I will say YouTube does take more time than what I thought whenever I first
Oh yeah,
started.
it's yeah.
I was very naive, I think, as far as
Yeah,
what this would look
yeah,
like.
in the amount of time it takes just to get something up and going,
And I do
yeah,
tell my children quite often healthy boundaries are healthy. And I, as the mama, need to be showing that by example to my children because did multiple times. I've reached the point of just overwhelmed, frazzled, and the joy that I have had living this life with my family and doing this was getting stolen. And I really, really don't want that. I want to keep that joy. And and I think this way of devoting Tuesdays to catching up with you guys and answering questions. And obviously, it's not going to be every single question. We do still reserve the right to keep some things private.
we don't,
So,
I'll talk about that a little bit.
yeah.
Susan,
Oh, Susan's husband.
getting a
Okay.
pacemaker, he's going to feel better as a person with a pacemaker. You
Mhm.
will feel much better after you get the pacemaker. You won't. Yeah, he will not realize how bad he felt until he gets it, and it's like, oh well, I feel a lot better now that my heart works correctly.
Well,
Yeah,
and it was a lot less stressful on me too because I couldn't sleep at night because I was afraid. He would always have issues overnight. I
yeah.
don't know
It's
why.
always at night.
Is something going to happen during the night and I'm going to wake up and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's a relief to have it.
Okay, here, Miss Claudia does have a question. She says, I have a random question. I remember you saying that you didn't used to shop the way you do. Can you share what or how you used to shop? What made you change and why? That's a good question. Okay, so the way I used to shop, I used to do like Sarah at our Tribe of Many. She does the once a month and maybe goes back 2 weeks later to fill in, like produce and stuff like that. That used to be my norm. I did not study the sale ads or anything like that. I would go to Aldi and get everything. Most of the time, it was 2 carts of stuff that I would get at Aldi. I still did a Sam's Club run once a month, but basically anything that I couldn't get at Aldi, I would then get at Walmart. I didn't check prices. I pretty much just assumed that Aldi was the cheaper price on everything that I was able to get at Aldi, if that makes sense. But um, I guess 2020 was probably a big deal. Probably a little after 2020, after things kind of calmed back down and kind of went back to, the new normal that everybody got, and inflation started happening and all that. I had to reevaluate my system. And what I did is I started studying the sale ads. At that point, I really did not go into Kroger much at all because Kroger, generally speaking, is a lot more expensive than Aldi or Walmart on regular priced items. But if you do the sale ads, the loss leaders, I was able to really stretch my budget a lot. I do in that system. Now, of course, it means I'm going in every week, though, too. And I will say, prior to doing the YouTube channel, Shawn would grab stuff more
Yeah,
often.
I'd be in town. I'd grab. Yeah,
I mean, run by 10 bucks. They've got this, that, or the other on sale, and he'd go ahead and just
yeah.
bring it home. Now, since I'm doing YouTube, I like to get the videos out on Fridays for you guys so you have a chance to, plan out and go in before the sales end. So that means I feel like I have to go in on either Wednesdays or early Thursdays so I have time to, get the video ready for everybody. So I don't know what's going on. Just I'm over here yapping, so I don't know what's going on. Goodness.
We're trying to get a Proverbs Home link put up, and we're getting it. It should pop up in a minute.
Oh, a Proverbs Home is
Yeah, we're
here.
trying to get her
Okay.
link on there.
Okay, there. I think
There it
he's
is.
got
There it
it.
is. Okay.
Okay, there in the chat. Yeah, you guys check out a Proverbs Home. Very, very sweet lady. Sweet channel. So, okay, and I totally missed anything and everything that might have happened in the chat. I've missed it while I was talking. So,
Yeah. Here, I can start feeding some of these questions
okay.
because we're not
Okay.
got quick. So, and we get this all the time, and I don't know how this gets started, and I guess I don't know if it's confusing us with other channels
Okay.
or what the deal is, but we got another one this week. Why do you not celebrate birthdays?
Oh,
We do. I don't know where
yeah.
this gets started. We do celebrate birthdays. We do have birthday presents and sometimes a birthday party, and we do birthdays and make a cake. And so I don't know. And again, my best guess is people are confusing us with another channel, but yeah, we've always done birthdays. So,
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, we don't do the big birthday parties every year. It's that's pretty much saved for a 13th birthday party is when we go all out. But otherwise it's just a family event where it revolves around food. They pick their breakfast, the birthday child picks breakfast, lunch, supper. They choose whatever treat. And it's not always a cake. It's like Andrew had the root beer floats. That's what he wanted.
Yeah,
Some Andrew
Like Shelley saying, "Well, we watched the birthdays, so yeah, yeah."
it's there.
Yeah,
David likes apple pies. Real quick, Vicky's asking about Andrew's eye because I think it was in the What We Eat in a Week video, he had a wood chip fly up
yeah.
in his eye while he was out there working on the raised bed for the garlic,
Mhm.
is what it was. He's fine. Yeah, he's fine. It was just the only time it bothered him was that afternoon, and then it was fine after that. So, yep. Okay. Oh, brown-eyed girl made it too. Okay. I did not see that comment, Doris. She says, did you see the comment about the super chat for Sarah's birthday? It would not let me put it in. So I didn't see that part, but I did see the super chat part. So Sarah, that's from Miss. She says, thank you. Okay. What else did you have?
Oh, another one, and I actually answered this one. I actually got on there and answered it, but just we have viewers outside the United States, and sometimes we're just talking, so we're speaking American, and we talk about the temperature,
Okay.
and we rattle off the degrees.
Oh,
We're Fahrenheit, which is the rest of the world has no idea what we're talking about.
okay.
So apparently I guess there in a video you made reference to it being 27 degrees and that being cold. And people were confused and said, no, 27 degrees is hot.
Oh,
Well, 27 degrees in Celsius is 80 degrees to us, which is hot. So, yeah. So they're thinking, so, yeah. So you got to understand when we say something in degrees, we're talking about the Fahrenheit scale.
Yes.
I know everybody else uses Celsius. So you've got to do the conversion to understand. In the United States, that's what we use. So, yeah.
Now, is England Fahrenheit? I thought
I think everybody's Celsius but
English
us.
was Fahrenheit.
No, I think we're the last one. I think
I don't know
if
about
anybody else is using Fahrenheit outside the United
Yeah,
States, let us know.
we've
Because
got
my
some.
understanding, I think we're it. But
We've got some on here from other countries tonight. I know time difference. There's not as many. No, UK
UK
is
itself, yes,
Celsius.
that's why I see that people don't know. They're like,
Well, who am I thinking of?
I don't think anybody. I think Canada uses Celsius, don't they? I know
Canada
we have several
Celsius too?
Canadians on here. Don't they also use Celsius now?
I'm pretty sure there's somebody.
Fahrenheit is
Nope.
like the imperial system.
Brown Eyed Girl says no Fahrenheit anywhere
Yep.
else. The whole world is
Yep,
Celsius except
except
the
us. Yep.
US.
And,
Well,
and if we change, if the United States changes to Celsius, I hope it's the day after I die. I'm
Pencil that in, somebody.
Stick with Fahrenheit. I'm Fahrenheit, so
We don't do well with change.
I'm hardwired for the Fahrenheit. So
Wow.
if
I
we
didn't
go to
realize.
Celsius, I'll never look at the temperature again because I have no clue what it
You'll
is.
just go.
I
It's
have no
hot,
idea what that means.
It's hot
Yeah.
or it's cold.
So yeah.
That's it. Yeah, we don't do well with change. I did not realize
It's like the
that we
metric
were.
system. I don't have the clue.
I
Somebody tells me
know.
something some metric thing. I have no idea what that is. So you're gonna have to give it to me in the old school measurements, sir, so I have any idea what we're talking about.
Kelly has a question, and it's a book question, so I have to take it because it's a book question. She says, of the books on your storefront, which do you use the most? Okay, Sarah, you correct me if I'm wrong. I have it narrowed down to 2. No, no. I'm thinking of the Better Homes and Gardens cookbook or the Ball Complete Book of Home Preservation. Okay, she is grudgingly saying it's one of those 2 that we actually pull out, lay hands on, and open up the most. Sarah is in love with an author who's been dead for decades named Richard Halliburton. If she could get a clone of Richard Halliburton, she would be married by now. Right, Sarah?
2 weeks away.
He's about 2 weeks shy of his 125th birthday. Yeah. So
my theory is that I think he ended up on an island, and I don't think he was alone because I think Amelia Earhart ended up crashing there. And my theory is Richard Halliburton and Amelia Earhart lived the rest of their lives together and were very happy. That's my theory.
So, yep, Googling Richard Halliburton, Eileen says.
Yeah, interesting character. Yeah.
He was very interesting. He was an explorer and a very good writer. So, the children were introduced to him through a school book. We utilized his book, The Book of Marvels, as part of schoolwork. And he's amazing, Sarah says.
Oh,
What?
Vicky's on here.
Miss Vicky. Oh, Sam, have you put a link for Vicky's channel yet?
And I want to say with Chris and Vicky, with us losing Bear, they just lost the dog too.
Mia.
So they have just so they're going through the same experience that we went through. So it was a rough week for
Vicky,
those
I
of
didn't
us
like being a
with
twinsy
dogs,
with you this week.
yeah.
That was something I could have done without. So I did, Miss Vicky did say her mom was in the hospital though. And I had missed that. I don't know if she's had that
So
on a
mom's in the
video, but
hospital.
she's commented about being in the at the hospital with her mama. So yeah, Vicky, I don't know what's going on there, but I hope it's nothing serious. Sam did put the link in there if you
Oh,
have not.
mother-in-law.
Oh, is it mother-in-law? Oh, her mother-in-law. Say it's
Mother-in-law.
Chris's
Okay.
mama.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, I hope it's nothing serious. So if you have not checked out Chris and Vicky's channel, please do. It's real stories, a writer's pen, and a fisherman's tale. They are a hoot. You will laugh when you go to watch their videos, except for the one where they lost Mia this
Yeah.
week. So fell and broke her pelvis.
Oh, that's
Oh,
yeah, that's big time injury. Big,
oh, Vicky.
especially when you're older. That's big time. Yeah.
No good. Well, I hate to hear that. Okay.
Yeah, Shelley, it's just we're just too deep into our measurement system. It'd be a disaster at
It
this
would be a
point. So,
disaster.
yeah.
The laws of speeding and all that kind of stuff, all the
Yeah,
mileage sizes,
how would
the
you ever?
sizes of clothes. Can
Yeah,
you
yeah, I know.
imagine?
It would be like if all of a sudden the United States said we're all going to speak, Portuguese effective immediately. There's just no way. There's
The
no.
same kind of
You just can't. Yeah,
chaos.
you just can't do
Oh, goodness.
that.
Okay.
So let's see. We get another one here. Okay, this $122 per person.
Okay.
How did you come up with this? Where did this come from? That you try to feed us at 122 per person.
Okay. So, well, like Miss Claudia had asked earlier about my way of shopping and all that kind of stuff. So, back when I did the old way of shopping, my budget was actually higher. I had right about $1,500 a month is what I would try to stick to. This
But
is
I would say that
pre-inflation.
yeah, also, and that's part of the purpose of very deliberate intentional shopping it should go down when you're being a lot more strategic in your shopping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll talk about
Yeah.
here how the dollar amount changed too. Marguerite, thank you for the super chat as well. And she put a note on there says New Year's snacks.
Sounds good.
Thank you for that. I did no, don't let me forget about the dollar amount changing
Okay.
because I'm about to switch
Okay.
gears and I want to come back to that. I have noticed that New Year's Eve, December 31st is a Tuesday. So I don't know if you guys have plans and you'll be gone or if you want to go ahead and do a live stream.
Yeah,
We're not big party animals, so we're going to be
we
here.
might do a live stream, a New Year's Eve night stream.
But I didn't know if anybody would show up being that it's New Year's Eve.
Yeah, and because we have viewers from all over the world, we'll have people that's already in next year.
It'll
They can tell us how 2025 is going.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, if you get a chance, put in the comments or something. Would you be here on New Year's Eve or I got other stuff going on? So, okay, the dollar amount. So $1,500 is kind of what I would stay within prior to 2020 inflation, all that stuff. And I did my once a month grocery shopping, kind of like our tribe of many does, with a 2-week hop back into the stores to get produce and stuff later. Then inflation happened. And it wasn't just inflation on groceries. I mean, you guys lived through it. Our fuel cost, auto fuel went up. Our Samaritan Ministries went up. The not health insurance, the Christian healthcare sharing ministry, that cost went up. There were numerous budget categories where the cost went up, and that money had to come from somewhere. I mean, keep in mind then too, we're just, there was no YouTube for us or anything back then. It was Shawn's paycheck only, and everything had to come out of that. So, in order to pay the increased cost of Samaritan and auto stuff, insurance was going up too. The grocery budget had to come down. And I took it from 1,500 down to the 1,100 because that's what I had. That's what I had that I could work with. And I liked a nice rounded number. So when you divide that by 9, it was 122-ish dollars. I guess I could have made it $130 per person, but then it would have been a nice, even, pretty $1,100. So There you go.
But
That's
you've
the
got-
whole.
there is no maybe New Year's Eve. They've all
Would they be here?
no, they've all jumped in here and said, "Baby, yeah,
Okay,
we've
awesome.
got we have to do the New Year's
Okay,
Eve."
well, I have the calendar. So, unless, sickness, unless something unplanned happens, we will plan to be here for New Year's Eve then. So, yeah, Xanthia says we don't celebrate New Year's, so we'll be here for the chat. We're not gonna be up partying all night long. So, yeah. Good deal. So, oh yeah, and Debbie reminds everybody, remember to hit the thumbs up. We have 373 people here watching right now, and 197 98 just went up one. If you haven't done so yet, please do the thumbs up because it does help. Okay, what do you have next for us?
Some people are very concerned about, and I would have never guessed this, the razors. The razors that you purchase, their annual purchase of there's 52 razors in a pack. So 52 weeks in a year. So I go through a disposable razor and also what about the older boys? Are they using the disposable razors?
Okay.
What are they doing? So some people are very concerned about the shaving of the nails.
Well, as far as the boys go, I'll let you speak about whether you're traumatized by the razors or whatever. But as far as the boys go, our boys have had a different experience than you as far as being a teenage boy. My brothers are blonde, and I know my brothers didn't shave. I don't know how old they were. They just didn't have a lot of facial hair. But from my understanding, it's a lighter hair typically has less facial hair. Is that
and
how
that's
it
the deal.
works?
Yeah. So, in generally speaking, for men, it's a testosterone level thing where it usually the more facial hair you have, the less hair you have on your head. It's kind of one or the other. And so, and the boys inherit it more from your side. So
They have more hair
got
than
a
you.
lot of hair on their head, and they don't have to shave much. Whereas with me, I had to shave every day at 13 years old. I had to shave my face every day.
But you were already losing your.
And I also was already losing hair. When I was in high school, I had a big
Yeah.
bald spot.
Yeah.
So I was already losing my hair, but so the boys had the opposite of what I have as far as the hair thing. So.
Yeah, see, some things that I don't think are I don't know, are a concern for people end up like this. Some of these things just totally like I didn't even think about addressing the boys not shaving yet because that was what's normal for me. As far as my brothers went and stuff like that, they did not shave in high school. You did say you have an electric doodad.
Yeah, the boys when they occasionally shave, they use the electric.
When they get a hair.
They'll shave a little bit on the chin. They shave a little bit with an electric razor as they need to. But
Oh, we gotta. Okay, Holly Marie, I just saw her question pop up here. Are you doing anything to prepare for the big earthquake that they keep saying is coming soon? I guess not specifically earthquake centered preparedness. We just kind of do a general preparedness for what if something bad happens.
we've got a lot of videos on preparedness for any type of bad thing that might happen.
Because that's been a thing for us since 2009. We've been kind of trying to be more and more and more self-sufficient and prepared since 2009. And it really doesn't matter. I mean, if it were a natural disaster like a tornado or an earthquake or let's say a war scenario or, I don't think of any of the bad things that you can think of that might happen. We've also
We have
tried to brainstorm.
various contingency plans based on various scenarios.
Yes. What would be our weak spot if this happened? And then we try to do what we can, what we do have control over to remedy or lessen that weak point. So
if you do live in an area that is prone to earthquakes, something that we do that is something you might want to think about is, do you have enough like sheets of OSB to cover your windows?
Yeah, because the windows might break.
Do you, because don't say, well, I'm going to head to Home Depot now. And everybody else is, they're going to be out of stuff. So that is something, if earthquakes are something that you're concerned about where you live, think about, do I have enough things to cover the windows? That would be something that you would think of with the earthquake.
Kelly asks, are you going to watch the movie Homestead? Okay, so it's kind of funny that you asked this. So was it just this past weekend? It was just this past weekend. There was a birthday party for one of the kids' friends, and I was sitting there with the other mamas that were, just sitting around chit-chatting, and one of them brought up Homestead and how much she wants to go see it. So we kind of made the decision that we'd make it a mom's night out thing, me and the other three ladies that were there. Sarah's glaring at me right now. You're glaring at me because as soon as she heard the mamas want to go and have a mom's night out and watch this movie, can the teenage girls go? Can we go? We don't have to even sit in the same row as you. Sit in the very back. So now it's turning into this thing where the mamas want to go and the teenage daughters want to go and make it a big girls trip. But here's the
You'd
deal.
be ahead of it, Sarah. You'd probably be frustrated. This type of movies would.
But the deal, we don't even know if it's playing in Poplar
Yeah.
Bluff. As of right now, it's not even showing available in
Yeah.
Poplar Bluff. So this is probably all just for nothing. But yes, and David said he wants to go along too. So here we go. Mom's night out with all the kids. That's what this is turning into. So I do like that dystopian. I like those movies. So yes, I would love to go see it. And I did see, and it's already moved, asking about, isn't there a birthday on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day? Rebekah turns 4 on January 1st.
That's right. Yeah, if we did, New Year's Eve one, then the next day's her birthday.
Shelly asks if we could do the New Year's chat in the summer kitchen. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe we could get.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I assume I still have on my to-do list to check out Starlink to see if it could improve. It's blurry for you guys, I would imagine. It's almost always blurry during the live stream, but I would like to see if Starlink could make it a nicer experience for everybody. So I might be able to do that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. We'll think about it. So Claudia has her ticket for the movie already. You're trying to win the Homestead, aren't you, Claudia? I saw the little commercial where if you bought your ticket early, you could be in the running for winning a, up and going Homestead. Miss Vicky, you should look it up. It's she says I haven't heard of this movie. It's by Angel Studios. It's the same people that make The Chosen, The Shift. I don't know what all else they've made, but it's a Christian company and it's a end of the world people coming together to survive storyline. So it just looks like something I would like from the trailer. Yeah, the trailer. So yeah, okay. Susan in Tennessee. If anyone wants to be convinced that they should prep, read 1 Second After.
I would recommend books like 1 Second After way more than any movie ever made or ever will be made. If it's a movie, it's probably not going to be. The books, well-written books, are going to be way, way, way better than in any type of a movie, because the movies have to be entertainment more. And 1 Second After would be something I would highly recommend you read.
We read it in 2009.
In the subsequent books.
Yes, there are total of 4 in that series. We own all 4 of them. They are on our shelf.
Yeah.
So
any movie for entertainment or whatever, I would. There's a rule of thumb. I wouldn't go to any movie thinking you're going to learn something. The books are the type of things where you'll.
They're well written. They're entertaining as well. It's not an instructional book per se. You will.
In a sense, it's inadvertently an instructional book.
Yeah. Kathleen asked, Shawn, growing up in Oklahoma, did you ever experience a really bad tornado?
Okay. I was in the May 3rd, 1999 tornado, highest wind speed ever recorded on planet Earth. We dealt with tornadoes continually. I used to live out more toward north central Oklahoma. The county that I lived in for several years had the record of every county in the United States that had more tornadoes per year than any county in America. So yeah, I was extremely experienced with tornadoes. And I've told this story before. I realized that I had gotten so used to tornadoes when I was actually in a patrol car on a cell phone talking to someone, just talking to somebody. And I was watching a tornado go across a field, and I stopped and I kept talking to him, and so I waited until the tornado crossed the road, and then I continued on. And I never even mentioned to the person that I saw a tornado because it was so like, who cares? You live in north central Oklahoma. They're in all spring. You see 2 or 3 tornadoes a week. Yeah, that's what it's like out there. It's unbelievable. Yeah. You get to the point that a tornado is like seeing a deer cross the road. It's so unbelievably common. Yeah.
Well, you said the difference for you all there is they would typically happen in the daylight.
Yeah, where we live, it's in the afternoon and the evening, and the people who live there, just kind of okay. I was talking to somebody a few years ago that was going to take a trip up through Oklahoma, and it was like in April or May, and they were like scared to death. Oh, what am I going to do if there's tornadoes out there? And I said, well, if you cross in, um, in April and May, yeah, you very well might come across a tornado. So I said, just look for Oklahoma tags, and if they stop, you stop. If they keep driving, you keep driving. Just do what they do because they know tornadoes, and they'll glance over and go, yeah, that we're fine, and they'll keep driving or whatever. Or if they stop, they go, oh, we got to stop. It's gonna, so they know what to do. So, yeah.
Xanthia says she has all the 1 second after books too. So I know she's like-minded on some things like we are
Mhm.
too. So yeah, they're really good. Really highly recommend them. Claudia's asking which one of the kids do I feel are the most alike? She says Anna looks like you, Janice. My mom says the same thing. She says of all the kids, Anna is my mini me. So Sam and Shawn are the most alike personality wise. They're very serious and yeah. And but I will say as
I
far as
make up songs.
you do make
I
up
rewrite songs. How can I be that serious?
you are. Now Sam has made up some now or did he just sing songs sometimes?
Right, Perry.
He would write parodies too. But yeah, but it is a little what are you doing? You're weirding me out. What do you whenever he starts being silly. As far as looks go, I did not think this until recently, but Andrew, I look at Shawn's high school pictures and Andrew looks more like Shawn at that same age than any other of the other boys so far, I think. So Anna is more like me as far as looks. As far as behavior, oh, David and I are more like.
You think an awful lot alike.
Yeah, I think so. David, you're a fun guy. Oh, we're twinsies, David. Does that make you happy? Let's see. Eileen was saying too that yeah, tornado took their house away with them in it.
Mm.
They survived that. She said we all have PTSD. I would imagine after that. Um, Allie says just once in Cape Girardeau, tornado went down the other side of the street. So scary. The deal with them here, like Cape Girardeau area, Poplar Bluff area, is they're at nighttime.
Also, there a lot of times they're in the middle of a storm.
Mhm.
In Oklahoma, we would have tornadoes. There's no rain necessarily with them or anything.
See, and that's weird to me.
Because you just see them, it's flat, and you just like, well, there's a tornado way down there.
There's something psychological about knowing you could have a tornado and you can't see it.
Yeah.
Is it there? Is it not? I don't know. That amps up the scary there.
But I'm not that opposite. I have that Norm Macdonald type sense
Yes,
of
I would
humor.
agree with that.
It's
would agree with
a
it.
deadpan, serious, sarcastic.
Yep. Oh goodness. Pam thinks Rebekah looks like me too. I'll take that. Did you do analytics? Was there anything substantial in analytics
Well, I
to
got
talk
some
about?
channels. Let's see what we got.
Anything interesting?
I do have what are the top states, just and see if anybody. Number one, Texas. Texas won. Texas has the most viewers are from Texas.
Yay,
Second,
Texas.
Ohio. Ohio always huge. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is about Ohio.
We love the people from Ohio.
And then Missouri. Interesting.
Right.
We used to know Missouri wasn't as high, but we've got Missouri. Then California, Illinois, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Michigan. And I don't think Michigan normally shows up in our top 10, but Michigan, we've had a little
boost there?
boost in Michigan for some reason. Yeah.
Okay. We got Michigan people on here telling your friends and neighbors about us. So Miss Marianne says, yes, Shawn is like Norm Macdonald, laughing like crazy. Yeah, I can see it. And I don't know much about Norm Macdonald, but the little bit that I have seen, yeah.
I saw Norm Macdonald in concert with believe it or not, yeah. So it was probably the biggest it was the biggest comedy thing I ever saw in my life. Was I saw it was Norm Macdonald opened and then closed for Bill Cosby. That was quite the show. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That was a while ago, wasn't
That
it?
was a long time ago. Yeah. Long.
That doesn't sound like a present day
No, that was way back in
recent thing.
That was in Stillwater at the big football stadium full.
Melody says, yay, Michigan made it. You made the list. Cheapskate says, we have a lot of Floridians usually, but they didn't make the top 10.
Didn't make it this time.
Was in Indiana.
Indiana wasn't on it, even though Indiana is usually that whole Illinois, Indiana, Ohio area is we typically have a pretty good cluster of viewers there. But yeah.
Not this.
But
not this week.
time.
Okay. Okay.
So some videos, some channels you guys watch. So here we go. We're gonna.
Hope just asked it right when you said it. What other channels are
so
people
here we
watching?
go. Let's see.
You feel like Johnny Carson. You're doing your Johnny Carson stuff now.
So here we go. So let's.
He's flapping that paper around.
Johnny Carson. Well, it's been okay. Yeah, preparation H. It's always Dolly Parton. It's always they're very predictable. Okay.
I know
Karnak the Magnificent. Oh, you've missed Karnak the Magnificent.
I did miss it.
Fantastic. Okay. So other things that people have been watching. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready. Okay.
Lady Mary Beth.
Is that a channel name?
Apparently so.
Okay. Lady Mary Beth.
I don't know.
Does anybody watch? Or I didn't know if this meant they were searching like in the search engine or what. Oh, Michelle sent a super chat. Thank you, Michelle. And her note says, love you all. Appreciate it. I'm so glad you're here.
No. Everybody's no. There's nose on this Lady Mary Beth.
No, nobody here, Shawnee.
Teeing off. Okay. I did not know that. That is wacky, wild stuff.
You guys appreciate this because I have no clue. Nay says it's great impersonating. So there you go. Oh, goodness.
So, okay. Well, apparently nobody watches that.
I didn't see a single yes on there, so I have no idea.
What in the world? Okay.
Did you look up any of these to see what we're talking about? Something?
Only one, because the name was odd enough that I thought, better look at that one first.
Okay.
As Johnny would say. So, okay. Another one is Gemini Thrift. I didn't notice that one before.
Don't know. Gemini Thrift.
Gemini Thrift, like thrifting.
Anybody.
Like go to thrift stores.
No. Oh, bye, Jeanette. She's getting tired. Lots of no's.
So
Okay, Michelle says I have
she's
both.
okay. She's watched both of them.
Okay.
Some of y'all have got to be watching it because it's
Okay.
popping up.
Susan says I've watched
Oh,
Lady
okay,
Mary Beth.
okay, there you go. See, I knew some of y'all have to be watching for
There's
it
a
to pop up.
reason
Yep.
YouTube has it on our analytics. So
How about this Whispering Pines Homestead?
I think I've heard of that one. I don't know if I've watched it.
Whispering Pines Homestead has popped up. You folks are watching that.
Okay, lots of notes. Miss Vicky says, you know what mine says? Ozark Family Homestead. Grandma Teresa says yes. Still lots of notes. Okay, Sherry says yes. Let's see. Hannah Beth.
We get several on that one.
Shelley, yes, for Whispering Pines.
Yeah.
Susan says maybe. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Reseller?
Maybe, Susan.
It says a reseller.
A reseller is what
Okay,
Susan
okay.
says, and she likes
Okay.
that one.
Here's the one I had to look up to make sure it was real.
Oh, Doris wants to know, what do you guys watch? Maybe we'll come back to that. Finish your list, and then we'll see. Okay.
Not as much as we used to.
Yeah,
that's one of the
true.
downsides of having a YouTube channel
Yeah.
is you end up not getting to watch YouTube as much.
Yeah.
Bobblehead Homestead. Well, that was our first choice of a name. I'm glad we went ahead and went with Ozark Family instead of our first choice, Bobblehead.
I've seen lots of notes.
Bobblehead Homestead.
June says occasionally. So
okay.
Vicky's laughing and she says no. Vanessa says, say what? Oh my goodness. Yeah, Bobblehead Homestead. I've never heard of this one. Is this the one you looked up?
I just looked it up to see. Yes, it's because it was like.
Is it new or?
I didn't get that far into it. I just okay, yeah, it looks like some sort of a channel.
Now Bex says she watched it a long time ago.
Oh, so it's been around.
Yep.
It's been around a while.
Oh my goodness, no.
I don't know what the.
Marianne said it sounds like Beavis and Butt.
I don't know. I didn't dig into it. Didn't watch. I just like, oh, okay, it's
now,
a channel.
Let's put the disclaimer. We're not endorsing any of these channels.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not responsible for anything on these.
Whatever comes in front of your eyes, we don't know.
We don't know
what YouTube is linking us with.
Talk you into selling all your possessions and buying, cryptocurrency or whatever. We are not responsible for that at all. Okay.
Okay. Well, Jan says I've watched Bobblehead. He has Parkinson's and raises chickens. Jan, do you know how he came up with the name that his channel has? Because I find that interesting. It's an interesting name. So, Michelle, thank you for that super chat too. Very generous of you, and appreciate you.
Bex, did he have a channel and then got Parkinson's, or is it like a Parkinson's themed channel?
Oh my, Bex says his head bobbles.
Okay, because I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to. I was trying to. I was trying to leave that because the channel name seems insensitive. If that's the issue, Oh, yeah, I wish he wouldn't do that.
Well, okay.
But if he's getting views, I guess whatever he wants. But
his attitude towards this part of his life. It's. I mean, there could be a whole lot worse outlooks than.
Yeah. Well, God bless him.
Yeah. Check out his channel, then, guys. It sounds like he's a.
Okay.
Wow. Charla, did you see Charla's super chat there?
Oh, thank you.
She says, for the comedy act, Shawn.
This is a lot easier than usually I'm on a street corner with a hat. Okay.
This is better than people throwing coins in the hat there on the street corner. Oh goodness.
So another one. Now we've mentioned this one before, but it has been gone. But it has popped back up. People are back to watching again.
Okay.
Arms Family Homestead.
Oh, that's the Oklahoma.
Yeah, I know that's been there in the past. I haven't seen it in a while, but it
disappeared
and popped back up.
Okay.
Of y'all are watching Arms Family Homestead.
Okay, they're big. They're real big, and I think of them like I watched a few of Acre Homestead's videos this week. I don't typically get to watch her videos. I feel like Arms Family Homestead and Acre Homestead, from a business standpoint, have some similarities because they put out so many videos and they're so big. So, yeah, there's quite a few yeses on there now for Arms Family. I
Okay.
know they're popular. Yeah, Susan says definitely watch it. They're great.
How about a homestead journey?
Mm,
A homestead
that one sounds
journey.
familiar to me, but I don't have a visual on it there. So no, lots of no's. Claudia watches Acre Homestead. No. Sounds interesting. Roots and Refuges is interesting, Eileen says. Yeah, I do. I don't get to watch them that often. Okay, Sherry says yes. There's our first yes.
Okay.
There you go. So, yeah, just a handful.
Um,
Rowena says yes too.
and then the last one that has popped up, Riverside Homestead Life.
I don't know.
I don't,
that
I
one
don't
either.
recall seeing that one before. but it popped-
Riverside
Riverside
Homestead
Homestead Life
Life.
has popped up as apparently we share a lot of the same viewers.
No. Melanie recommends Our Brown Farmhouse.
Okay.
Hannah Beth says yes. Miss May says maybe. So it must sound kind of familiar. Lots of no's.
A lot of no's on that one. So.
A lot of no's. So I guess
Okay.
there's just enough that it's getting plunked back in our analytics again.
Mhm.
So, oh, Dana says, I love Arms Family and Do Your Best. That's his wife's channel. So they actually,
Oh, she has a channel too. Okay.
the family has 2 channels going. So that's neat. That's a lot. I can just, yeah, that's a lot going on then. A lot of plates spinning there.
Okay.
Okay. Was that all the analytics?
Well, that's all the analytics.
Okay. Oh. Did we have any more
Well,
questions?
yeah, there's one. Okay.
Okay.
You have shown your broth you make.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're fascinated that it's not watery thin like the broth they make.
Okay.
How is it that your broth is thick
It's like
and
jello.
not thin? What's the secret? Because people are
Okay.
going, I don't know how you're doing it.
Okay, that's because it's bone broth. So we have 2 different types of things for soup here in this house. I will make some, if I just put a chicken, if I'm going to boil a chicken, I will fill a pot with water, have the chicken in there, boil it up, cook the chicken. And when you remove the meat and bones from that, we call that in this house, we don't call that chicken broth, we call that chicken water. So, and I will use it. Sometimes we dump it like to the dogs or something to give them a little something extra. But I will use it, in a soup and stuff, but that is chicken water. Chicken or bone broth is different. So, whenever we use things, whether it's chicken bones or something from a beef roast or whatever, I keep those bones in a Ziploc baggies in the freezer. And whenever I get enough to justify my big stock pot, the big tall one, I will fill that big stock pot up with those bones. The bags will typically also have the tops, the leaves from celery in there, the little papery brown skins from yellow onions will be in there. Those kind of things would typically either go to the chickens or the compost pile, but I put them in the bags with the bones. When the time comes, I dump all those in the stock pot. I fill up all the way with water. So water is 100% covering the bones. And then I will put several glug glugs of apple cider vinegar, with the mother, the special one. I'll put it in that stock pot as well. And I set it on the stovetop, bring it to a boil, reduce the heat down so it's just bubbly simmering for 2 days. I did see someone asking if I leave the bone broth on overnight. I used to. I don't anymore. I had one instance that unnerved me, and so I don't. I had a bubble, nothing caught on fire or anything, but I had a bubble burst out the top of the pot and it made a mess. So I don't anymore. I will turn it on and do that simmering for one whole daytime. Turn it off at night. I leave mine on the stove. It retains its heat because I will turn it off at like 10:30 at night. And then the next morning, as soon as I get up, I turn it back on again. It is still warm and I let it simmer again for another whole daytime period. Turn it off when I go to bed. That next morning, it's warm. It's able to be handled. It's not piping hot. I can then strain. I have a big, massive colander, and I can strain the bones, the onion skins, everything out using that colander, and I'm left with bone broth in a bowl. I put that in a big gallon glass jar and put it in the fridge. And as it cools, it develops a layer of the fat on top and the underneath. I mean, it's like Jello. It's all the gelatin from those bones being leached out into the water. It's gorgeous. It makes me happy to see. I know you think it's so weird. It makes me happy to see bone broth jiggling like Jello. I'm like, success! I did it. So
You are not paying attention to the comments at all
no, what are they saying?
because you just made it that 10 times funnier.
What? Okay, what were they doing? I miss it, guys.
That the yeah. So
Okay, I do see Dolores's comment. Why is he
Yeah,
talking
like-
about bras? Okay,
like
I'm gonna.
20 people said you're talking about bras. You keep talking, and now you're talking about I like them jiggling. I like them, and I'm like, you're not paying attention at all to the comments.
Not. I will say, whenever you first were talking about this question, people are asking about you, and you said bra.
They thought I said bra, and like
at the end
and
was
like-
delayed.
like some sort of a episode of The Office. You are just everything that you're saying is like
Jiggle is good, guys.
it's like it's unbelievable.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, Kathy, that th at the end of bra th was a little delayed. But I didn't say anything because we're on a live stream. I mean, you guys.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Look at y'all. Enunciation. Yes, June. Enunciation is important. Yeah, Melinda says that's why Jello isn't vegetarian or vegan because of the gelatin in there. Yeah, it's comes from bones, from animal bones. So Nene asked where Rebekah is tonight. She's
It was about 3
asleep
feet from us.
on the little love seat back here, just on the other side of the laptop. Yeah. Brittany asks, what kind of bone broth do I make? Mine typically is the majority is chicken, usually. And sometimes I will have some beef bones in there. Maybe deer, but that's not often. So let's see. Shawn has an Ozark, Oklahoma accent. Shelley says
Yeah.
he's lost a lot of it. When I first met him, he had a very heavy Oklahoma accent. So yeah. Oh, she's peeking back here.
Oh,
There you
no.
go. Did you take a shower?
Yep.
Your hair looks wet. So she snuck in back here.
Now you talk about these clearance items at Kroger.
Okay.
Each store decide that, or is this some nationwide? All the Krogers are putting something on clearance.
Well, my first instinct is to say it's probably store by store because I like the elbow macaroni that I got recently. The boxes got crunched. You can tell they were messed up. So yeah, that would be something that just the Poplar Bluff store had an accident of some sort with the macaroni. But I'm sure there's probably circumstances where an item gets, I don't know, they're not going to carry it anymore, or maybe they have an update in packaging or something. And I'm going to guess that all the Krogers then would pull the
Yeah.
old stuff. So it probably does happen. So Sherry asked if I make veggie stock. I've never done just straight up veggie stock. I'll put the onion skins and the celery leaves in there, but we're kind of got some meat eater people
Yeah.
here in this house, so yeah. Um, okay.
If you
Abigail,
fr-
they
if you
like your smile. You have a good smile.
if you freeze dried potatoes, would you basically be getting hash browns by
Yes.
doing that?
Yes, it's on my list. So I'm hoping I get to the point where you don't see me buying that carton of the hash browns from Sam's Club anymore. So that's what I'm hoping. Right now, I have my very first batch of milk in the freeze dryer running now. I'll probably take it out tomorrow morning and hopefully it goes well. My plan with the milk, this is our raw milk from Daisy the cow, is to freeze dry it. And that way, in the 2 months where we have to dry off Daisy before she has her next calf, that I don't have to buy milk from a local person, that we can just reconstitute the milk that we freeze dried and use that for that 2 month period there. So, let's see. Brittany also asks, is your freeze dryer machine giving you problems, or did you replace your last freeze dryer before using it again? So the very first one they sent, I had all the problems with, and I did send the whole machine back. They replaced it with a new machine, and that second machine has been working just fine. So I'm very
So
pleased.
far, yeah, everything's working.
And I'm trying to, I keep it running to do about 2 to 3 batches per week in the machine, because if there is a kink to work out in the machine, I want to do that while it's still under warranty. So,
We're at 8:11, 8:12, so
oh, okay.
yeah, we are.
Okay, so we're over.
Yeah, we're pretty long.
Okay. How do you make scrambled eggs after freeze drying? So you take the powder that once it comes out of the freeze dryer, you whiz it up in the food processor. It's a powder. And I'm pretty sure the ratio is 1 to 1. So if you had like a 1/4 cup of scrambled egg powder, you'd put a 1/4 cup of water in there, and it would reconstitute that way, and you could just make up scrambled eggs with it there. So, okay. We're still talking about Abigail's smile on there. All right, guys, we're probably going to hop off here at this point since we've been over an hour. But like I said, my intent is to put up a video Thursday. And then, of course, I'm hoping to do the once a month grocery haul and have that ready for Friday for everybody. The once a month stock up, along with whatever good deals are on sale this week. So we'll see. I'll study the sales tomorrow and we'll see. Hopefully there's good stuff. I'm still waiting for a cream cheese sale. We are now out all that stuff that I bought. I don't even know how many months ago it was when I got a good deal on it. I bought a lot. We've used it all up. So I'm either going to be paying full price for cream cheese or doing without at this point. So, all right, guys, we're going to hop off here. And unless something happens, we intend to be here next Tuesday evening for another catching up with you guys and answering questions live stream. So thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you later. Bye, guys.